Hello guys, welcome back to Photographics Academy. All right, so we are still on this series on how you can transform your flat studio portrait backgrounds into amazing hyper realistic background. And remember in this series that every single background we are using, like today we are going to be using this amazing one, hyper realistic. Look at the texture, hyper realistic. We are giving it out to you for free, just for free. This one we are getting it for free. Watch till the end of the video to get the password of this particular background when you download. And we have other amazing backgrounds that you can equally pre-order. We are compiling as much as we can. We are looking at getting something around 500 of these hyper realistic backgrounds for you, so you can start down to pre-order so that when it's ready we can send it directly to you. So to get the details of how you can place your pre-order, just check the description in the video below. In this particular video, go to the bio or description, see the information you need. But let's get started. Okay, so we are in Photoshop. Go straight to our image. This is our image. So I've taken the liberty to crop it, so we won't be cropping. The next thing I want us to do is that we're going to quickly do a quick retouch using our action. Let me get it. So for our quick retouch that we're going to be doing, we're going to be using our pack 1 of the 3 packs that we have that automates your retouching, your retouching in few minutes and you are done. So this is pack 1. We've been using the done for you in the previous videos, but I think it will be so amazing if we try out this one on this particular video. So this one is Retouch Action PGA, which is the pack 1 of the 3 packs. So if you want to get the whole pack or you want to order for anyone, you could just go to the description or the information in the video below and you are going to get the information on how to go about it. But without wasting your time, let's quickly get started. So I'm just going to run the action. Look at it over here. Going to play. Okay, so I'm keeping it somewhere around 2 because of the level of texture I'm seeing on the image. So I'll play it and wait for it. And we are good to go. Look at that amazing work. So this is before, this is after, this is before, this is after. Amazing. So if you feel like you do not want it on all the areas that it's affecting, you can just manually use your mask, because I noticed it's affecting my hair, which I wouldn't want it to. So I'll just use my mask. Sorry, pick up your brush. I was using my clone stamp. Yeah. So I'll just pick up my brush and quickly take it away from the hair, and I'm good to go. Yeah, like that. Quickly. But if you feel like you love it on your hair, you can as well leave it. It's just for personal preferences. All right, so do I have it on my bag? I wouldn't want it there, so it's clean. Hope it's touching everywhere. Yeah, we're done. So look at the effect of that action quickly. So we're able to retouch this image in just few seconds and we're good to go. Like I said, it's a quick retouch. All right, so let's get straight to the business of the day. So we're going to be selecting the image. I'll pick up my selection to go to select and mask. So I already did the selection, so I'm just going to load up the preset PGA. So I already did the selection. It's going to load up the selection for me and we'll have it apply on our image. So we'll just say select subject. It's going to use that preset and do the selection for us. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's changing. Let's go back. PGA. All right, so it just restores the setting we did to the previous selection, and we'll zoom in to make sure that we'll have a good selection case. We need to make little adjustments. All right, beautiful. I like what I'm getting. Don't worry about the back. We'll fix that in a minute. All right, so this is cool. This is cool. So every other thing we can get back. We press OK. If you try to feather it a little and shift the edge, very important, so you don't get those. All right, so press OK. The selection is going to load up. So this is where you can now make little adjustments to your selection before you apply your mask. That was why we had to set it like that. So we'll check the shoe. Okay, so the shoe is perfectly selected. Okay, this area we need to add to it. All right, first of all, select inverse so you don't get confused. So we need to add to the selection over here like this. Beautiful. Just like that. Nice. So the shoe over here, the shadow, need to separate that perfectly. Nice. Do the same thing over here for the shoe. Check the other one. The shadow is being selected as well. So it's very necessary you take your time and refine your selection. It's going to affect the overall result at the end of the day. Okay, so I'm going to minus here entirely. Then I'll start adding my bags. So just take your time, get this done. All right, so we are done. Quickly right click on your image, make a work path, go to your pen tool, right click on your image, make a selection, feather it by 2 and press OK. Then create a mask, Ctrl I to invert, and we are good to go. So if you feel like you still need to do some adjustment to the masking, maybe you can create a solid color adjustment, maybe somewhere here, something very contrasty, so you can see the edges of your hair. So if you feel like you still need to make a little adjustment to the edges of the hair, like we are losing the earring over here, thank God we did this. So I'm just going to quickly restore the earring over there quickly, like that. Beautiful. So that was why we had to create that solid color, so we can make sure we have a perfect selection. So quickly we want to refine the hair. Just here it's looking somehow, so we'll just quickly go back into our select and mask, make a little refining of the hair like that. Pick up your refined hair and just paint over, let's see what that does. Nice, beautiful. So just still touch in between places like this. Okay, we are good. Have a very nice hair selection. Press OK. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we now have a very clean background. So we can now decide to change the colors to see if you are still getting colors. So I think I'm still having a little bit of color, but we can fix that later using our hue and saturation. But for now, we are good to go. So I'm going to cancel this. Of course, you can decide to remove this, but let's leave it for now. So I'm going to duplicate this. Very important. Keep it here. Just leave it like that. Let's get to work. Okay, so I need to hide this because I need to see what I'm doing. So this is the background we are going to be using, like we said. So I'm going to just bring it over to the image like this, place it over here. Yeah, so make sure you are converted to smart object, then convert your own image to smart object as well, so we don't lose pixels as we scale. So I'm just going to scale this in, make it fill up my canvas. Yeah, like that. Nice. Maybe bring it a little bit closer. Press OK. So our image should be up. Nice. Okay, so take up our move tool. So if the image is standing in this background, where is she going to be? So her neck should be positioned somewhere around here. So we'll place her neck, excuse me, place her neck over there. What was that? All right, so place her neck over there, just like that, the way she's supposed to be. Then we'll put an anchor point to it, like this. Then we'll scale it in from it down. Yeah, that. So we are trying to push her into the background, just like that. So we can zoom in to make sure she's in. Yeah, like that. Place her very well. So she needs to go in. Maybe scale the background out a little to make it fit in properly. Yeah, that's. So now bring her down. We'll scale her out a little. Just to make sure that her feet is on the floor. Zoom out, what do we have? She needs to go in a little more. So remember our anchor point, scale it in. You can now move the background to fit in. Yeah, beautiful. So at this point, you can decide to make her bigger because she's looking quite small inside there. So you can just make her bigger from where she stands. Yeah, that's okay. Press OK. This is a bit too tall. Yeah, want it there. So we have our image properly positioned. The next thing we need to fix is our light, our lightening, our shadows, and everything is going to match in. Yeah, I think I like it better this way. Gives the illusion that she's stepping down from the staircase. Yeah, like that. Okay, press OK. Properly positioned. So let's start working on matching the brightness level, the shadow level, and all of that. So the first thing we're going to do is to create a black and white adjustment layer. Very important. So we can see the luminosity. So obviously she's brighter than the background. So we'll create a curved adjustment layer for her. Clip it to the lady. Yeah, by pressing alternate and clicking in between here, or just clicking this button over here. So we'll bring her brightness down. We try to drag down the highlight a little from here. Wow. Yeah, press OK. Check it. Check the brightness level before, after, before, after. I think she's too dark in the shadow, so we'll just lift things up a little. Check it again. Before, after, before, after. Still have an issue with the positioning. She needs to go in a little more, or rather let's try pulling out our backgrounds itself. Yeah, nice. I think it's better like that. Have a better positioning there. So we can as well now make her look a bit bigger. Nice. Okay, have it there. So have our brightness level properly matched. Sorry, I'm taking your time to do this. If you miss this part, the image is going to look weird at the end of the day. So it needs to look very much in alignment. Okay, so we'll have our brightness level properly matched. Yeah, beautiful. So we need to color grade her to start looking like she's properly in this background. And to do that, so looking at the image, I'm seeing a lot of warmness in the original background. Delete this, we don't need it again. So I'm going to go to the color balance, create, clip it there. So in the mid-tone of the whole background, we are seeing very warm reddish tone. So just go to the mid-tones and increase stuffs like this. Maybe add a little yellow just to make things look very much alike. Yeah, maybe add a little color temperature to her. Still clip it to the lady, increase it a little. Yeah, so her temperature is now matching the temperature of the overall image of the overall background, and looking at it you can now tell that she's more like staying in that background. So maybe we'll try an adjustment layer to see a blending option rather, to see if we can get something more unique for her. Yeah, reduce the opacity slightly. Beautiful. Look at that, before, after. It has brought her even into the background more. So the next thing we're going to be looking at bringing into the whole image is her original shadow. Let's restore the original shadow. Looking at the image, the shadow is falling from left, is falling this way, so the original shadow should also be directing this way. So that's why I said you should keep this safe. So this is the time we use this. So drag this to just under her, below her here, in between her and the backdrop, then open it up like that. So you can now scale it down. You can scale it down just to match the lady, so as to give us a very nice shadow at the end of the day. Yeah, like that. Just have her properly positioned. Maybe scale, make her bigger. It must not be perfectly in line with the sides, just to make things not look weird. Press OK. Now change the blend mode to multiply and invert the mask, and we'll have a very beautiful shadow. We need to do a little adjustment, so we'll scale it back like this, change the blend mode to multiply and invert the selection like this. So now we can now scale it in to properly fit her shape. Yeah, like that. So try as much as possible to get this adjustment properly done. This is where the secret of your shadow is. Can even make it smaller instead of losing out entirely. Yeah, like that. Slightly fitting in. Nice. Okay, so we're obviously going to reduce the opacity and clean it out from the places we do not want it. Take up your brush and start cleaning. Like this, beautiful. See the way it's looking so amazing. See the way it's looking so amazing. So I'm noticing it here, so we'll have to do something about this area. Don't worry, we'll fix that in a minute. Like this. Do the same for the hair area. Yeah, for the arm area as well. The hair. Beautiful over here. Just make sure you have a very clean selection. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hide all of this. I'm going to hide all of this. Take up my clone stamp and just clean off and fill up this whole area like that. Let's see if it's working. Or rather, let's paint it with brush. Fill it up like this. Just like that. Just for the arm area. Let's try restoring. Okay. So look at the feet. We didn't do a good job there, so we'll clean here out as well. Nice. Beautiful. Okay, so we have a very beautiful shadow cast on the image. But looking at the whole, look at it before, after, before, after, before, after. I think I need to spread the shadow a little more so that it looks so much more beautiful. Yeah, nice. Clean here off a little. Just take away this line. Okay, so looking at the image where it's already matching in the background, sitting there, but we need something stronger considering the movement of this shadow over here. So one of the ways you can do that, you can duplicate this, press Ctrl T, go to distort, and move things over like this. Beautiful. Just move it over like this. You can decide to make it lie on the floor. I think I like it here. Place your anchor point here to make sure you do not lose this area here. Like that. Move this in. Do the same over here like this. Like this. Drag it up. So I want to make it look like it's a bit taller than her. Nice. I wouldn't want it on the floor. I wouldn't want it on the floor. Start floor. Beautiful. Just the direction of this one. Press OK. Then darken it as much as you can with your levels. Like that. Beautiful. Change the blend mode to multiply. And we'll have in soft lights. We'll have something mimicking this shadow. Blur it out. Like that. Nice, beautiful. I want it to carry her shape. Just slightly like that. Press OK. Check any other blend mode to see if you get something better. I think I love the multiply. We just have to drop the fill as much as we can. Yeah, that's beautiful, 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 beautiful. So we'll have a mimicking shadow following here. So if we have a shadow here, it means this area of her should be very bright. So we'll have to add a little coarse adjustment layer over there, like that. Press Ctrl I and make that particular area right, just like that. Just paint in your lights. This particular area, let the light flow all the way down, We are good. Beautiful. So this is before, this is after the lights. So one more thing I want to do is I want to make sure she's touching the floor. So to make sure I achieve that, this is our shadow over here, this is our image. So to make sure I achieve that, I'm going to create an empty layer, pick up my brush and dab her feet to the floor, stamp her feet like that. So when you get to this area, you might need to just increase it slightly like that. Yeah, like that. I think that area wasn't necessary. Make it a bit bigger like that. Now let's do the same for this. Give it a bit bigger here, just slightly bigger like that. Paint this all over to this area. Nice. So you can now put a very dark one here because this is a space, and we're of course going to drop it or multiply, reduce the opacity, maybe blur it out a little or to make it look hard, just slightly. It becomes a very intentional shadow press. Okay, so one more thing I want to do is I want to darken this whole area in the background. Because it's not looking so nice to me. That was too much. Reduce the flow. This whole area in the background, just darken it down. Yeah, like that. Just to make things look very realistic. Change the blend mode to multiply or any other blend mode that darkens particular area. Let's see what soft light does for us. Reduce the opacity. Beautiful. So we'll have before after, just to make sure we'll have a very realistic image. Look at that. All right, so moving on, we're going to create a global color grading for the image. Maybe we could just use our photo filter. That should be able to give us a very beautiful, look at that, cooling effect, have something warm. So the whole overall color tone is warm, so I'm going to do something warm, then move over to my color lookup and see what gives us a very nice job there. Beautiful. Man, this is good. This is off. This is beautiful. So I think I'm going to be sticking. What was that? Oh, not bad. This is cool. So I'll just drop the opacity of this one just a little. Yeah, before after. So it gives me a certain contrast in the image. I think it's separating my image from the background too much, so I'm going to try something else. Maybe let's come from here. See what we get. Nice. I love the rich colors, so I wouldn't want to lose them. This is also beautiful. This is so nice. I think we'll stick with this. Let's see. Increase opacity. Don't confuse right now. Okay, so let's see if we can work with this. This is okay. It's enhancing my colors, making the whole thing rich and poppy. All right, I think I need a little shadow over here, something a bit darker. See what we can do, just to make sure things are matching. Click over it to open your blend diff. By double clicking, go to drop shadow, very intentional, then just drop a big one here, just a big shadow here. Yeah, like that. Make sure the size is spread out, just to make things very dark, like that. Then make sure the opacity is so low that you might also you may not even notice it almost. Press OK. We are good. Just the slight drop of shadow, slight drop of shadow, slight drop of shadow. I'm noticing what it's doing to the edges. Maybe we could just increase the noise, change the blend mode to multiply. Yeah. Reduce the size as well. Press OK. It's giving me a black mark over here, so that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. So we'll just manually paint in the shadow we want. Very simple. Take off your brush, paint into this area. Sorry, we are painting over our image. Create your shadow here. Paint it just over here. It's too much. Just one stroke like that. Here to look a bit dark, because she's going to definitely be blocking light if she's standing there. Just slightly, maybe multiply. Still reduce it, yeah. Before, after, just to make things a bit more realistic. I think that needs to go up a little bit more. Okay, we are good. We are good. So I'm going to match the whole layers together, take it to my camera raw, and now do the final refining. Do the final refining in camera raw. We'll still fix this. Hold on, we'll get to that. All right, so Control Shift Alternate E. Nice. So I want to see if I could. You can delete these whole ones. You no longer need them. Just delete everything to reduce work. So we'll just crop in a little to bring her closer to the lens. I wouldn't want to lose the top at all. All right, so press OK. Yeah, just to bring her closer to the lens. Like that. Beautiful. 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 I think we missed a little more shadow to the foot. Still create it, yeah, over here. We need a shadow over here because it's looking weird from, yeah, just something dark to hold the whole thing together. Maybe we'll spread it out a little, then blur it, blur. Just make sure it's properly spread out. See the way it is. Nice. I'm going to use my move tool to try to make it just contain it to the foot. Yeah. Press OK. Yeah, this is good. So reduce the opacity just slightly so it doesn't look unrealistic. Beautiful. Okay, so we can now create our stamp visible layer. Our stamp visible layer. Delete all this. So go to our camera because we cropped, so crop it a little more. Position her in the center. Press OK. Go to camera raw and decide to pop the colors now to go haywire. So I just want to quickly create a vignette effect just to drag my attention to the center of the frame like that. Maybe spread out the midpoint. Yeah. So you can decide to increase whatever you want to increase. Let me make it a bit more vibrant. If you go to my calibration and just increase the saturation just slightly. Yeah, look at that beautiful work right there. So we'll go to, I think I need to add a little shadow. Yeah, need to open it. No, okay. Highlights, pop in. So softness. Then we'll use our curves adjustment layer and add the final hazy look that we want, like that, something like that. A little bit of the blues as well, of the greens. Beautiful here. keep it here. And for the reds, just a little bit. Add a little contrast to the face. Nice, we are good. So this is before, this is after. Look at the way it gives it a punch. Before, after, before, after. So quickly, let's know what we'll do about this area. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's just to become creative. Take up your brush, pick up the colors around that area and paint. Okay, so we have a uniform color here. So we just paint over that area and we are good to go. Maybe the brush should be a bit hard. Can even make a selection so it can be accurate. Quickly, like that. Also that area. So you can feather it maybe by 2. Pick up your brush and paint over there. Like that. Have it fixed. When you're ready to, yeah. Have it fixed. Let's zoom out. So for the bags, we could just do the same thing for the bags as well. Just paint over. Write the stuff over here. Do the same thing here. Same thing here. Okay, very nice work. All right, this is good. This is good. This is good. What if we do one more thing? I just feel like going weird. Okay, let's see what our gradient map is going to give us in the photographic toning, or even so around pastels. Let's see these beautiful color combinations. What it's going to give to the image. It's going to give or take away. I love this. I love this. I love that cinematic feel it brings to the whole image. Look at that. Isn't this beautiful? Just by adding one more filter, we'll have something so amazing. Let's go for something dark like that. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. So before, after, we can of course kick in a light into the face just to make sure we are not losing her. Your brush in the lights just for the face, maybe the arm. Yeah, good. This is before, it's after. For after, and we're very good to go. So you can decide to leave your image like this, but I feel I need to crop in a little more because she's looking quite small in the set. So have it here. Press OK. So let's look at the overall before and after. It's this. All right, so let's grab our history. Take a snapshot and go up. So this is the image when we came into Photoshop. Look at that. This is the image after composition. Before composition, after composition. Amazing work. Thank you for watching this video till this point. I believe if you followed through till this point, you must have seen the backdrop, you must have seen the password rather to the background that we said we are giving to you for free. Do make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell to get notified every single time we drop a new video. Thank you.